All right, so we're out here on the island, and this is, we're going to start a little video on the different fixtures that need to be winterized around the camp. These right here are, there's 4 water fountains on the island. To winterize them, you take the bottom control cover off, unplug the compressor, shut the water off, disconnect the supply line, and then purge air or compressed nitrogen, whatever you have, through the system to drain out the reservoir and blow all the air out of the line. So basically, as you're purging air, you just push in the button and it blows everything out until you get your solid air coming out, and that will winterize these just fine. All right, these right here, little water fountains we made. There's a little bubbler that goes on top here due to the coronavirus. We detached all the handheld operated water fountains, so I just removed those and left the bottle filler / hose bib here. So we'll show you down in the crawl space how to turn these off and drain them. The water line basically goes through the foundation right here, and there's a valve, there's a drain, and then a water valve down there. All right, so right here, this valve here is currently open. This valve is closed. That obviously goes out to the water fountain, so you just turn that off there. Open this, open the valve outside, and that'll drain that little water fountain. So all the cabins, all the triplexes have these same water fountains. There's one in front of each cabin, and they all need to be drained the same way. This is one thing here too. I've probably replaced, since I've been here, 5 or 6 of these freeze-proof hose faucets or hose bibs. What happens is people leave hoses connected to them, and so the water can't drain out. See all that water right there dripping. There's a plunger that goes back up in the wall, and with the hose left connected, it doesn't all drain out, and it basically it just ices up and ices back into the building, and pops a hole in the in the copper, and they'll leak. But fortunately, they only leak when you're running water through them, but it will pop a hole in that copper. So all water hoses need to be detached from these freeze-proof faucets each year. That's really important, especially right here, because replacing this guy would be a bear. All right, this water fountain here, this one you definitely want to remember to winterize. Anything in there pops, you'll have to disassemble the log and take it all apart, so it'd be kind of a booger. But the water, this is the end here, it comes across and then drops down in the ground there, and you have the PEX line coming out. PEX and power come through here. That's an electrical junction box. There's a little LED neon strip underneath. Once again, all the bubblers were removed. They're up in the plumbing room, but each winter this needs to be drained out. And the way you do that is back here. There is a valve box for this. There's actually a drain right there, so you can cut the water off here, and then open this up, and it will actually drain the water down out of this water fountain there. So that's the drain right there. All right, we're out here at the bathroom in the ball field, and we'll show you how to winterize it. So the bubblers here have been removed. This bubbler here has when it gets all put back together, will have a T on it with a plug in the bottom, and that's really important. The reason being is the piping, the water line goes up and then overhead. So this will all hold water once you turn the main valve off. So there's a plug right there in the bottom of that bubbler that you can open that will drain this entire plumbing system, all these fixtures right here out. All right, we're inside the men's bathroom here on the right side, and on the other side of this cover there is a ball valve that can be turned. That water line comes up and it feeds the 3 exterior shower heads, then comes across the ceiling down to the 3 water fountains on the exterior. So you can turn this valve off. That kills all of your exterior plumbing, and then you can drain the showers through the hose bib that's located in this outside corner. So that ball valve is located right here. So by cutting that ball valve off, opening this hose bib, you will drain all of these showers here, And then, like I said, on the other side, you would simply remove that lowest bubbler or the plug underneath the T to drain out those. And that winterizes all of your exterior fixtures. Now, if you want to winterize the entire building, so after the last groups are done, there's a valve box here. And down in this valve box, there is looks like some kind of a critter's been in there, but you have the main water line, the main water valve, and then there's also another drain valve that you can open, and it will drain down the entire, everything inside the building, completely winterizing the entire structure. All right, we're out here at the front guard shack. They elected not to put a drain. I can't remember the reasoning behind it, but there is not an in-ground drain for this building. The valve is here, so you can turn the water off to the building pretty easy, but you can't drain the building out. So what we did this last winter was we left the heat running inside, low setting, and then whenever it got really, really cold, we came out and just cracked a fixture and let water drip through. Not worried about anything freezing in the walls, just the piping underneath the building. It is PEX, it would probably be okay, but if one of those poly fittings or the ABS fittings cracked, it would be a nightmare to replace. All right, finally, there's 3 buildings around camp that need to be winterized. There is the pump house here, and then there's also a pump house all the way across the lake that has a small well pump in it. And then there is a bathroom out at the old sawmill warehouse. Those are currently the only 3 outbuildings that they're putting heaters in. They don't really winterize them. They just make sure they have a heat source to keep the pipes from freezing. And that's it. That's all I can think about from a winterizing standpoint.